Got you, girl. I'm getting used to your sexy voice. Oh, yeah. All in One Sports Podcast. Here we go. What's poppin'? Hey, and greetings to our listeners and viewers. This is All in One Sports Podcast, also known as A1 Sports Podcast, and better known as. That's right. And you are now tuned into the 500-pound gorilla in the zone. Yes, sir. We are your one stop for your sports info needs. And we will be covering many sports topics with our segments. The NFL with 3 Downs and Kick It, which is a look around the NFL with news, updates, and analysis. And the NFC East Chronicles, bringing fans of the Cowboys, Washington football team, Eagles, and Midgets some great insight and expert analysis of their beloved teams. Also, Major League Baseball's Peter Dubs, doubles and double plays. And Chris B. Ballin with the NBA, as well as Kicking It, Uncle Pete, soccer. And Ida Or, which has us picking games of the week. So you are just one click away from your sports info needs, especially when you're on the run. And look for our logo with the complete spelling of All in One Sports Podcast with the colors of red, white, and blue stripes running through them. So we ask you to apply some pressure to that subscribe button and then do the same with that notification bell. Also, turn others on to this sports information movement on a podcast format with shares and likes so they too can be up on things. You can find us via YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, IG, and many more platforms coming in the very near future. We're back! And I still had it up there like Crystal Damas, but he ain't here today. So instead, we have a special guest for y'all. Our man Guac. What up, Guac?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Representing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me, man. Let's get it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
What's up?
Right.
All right. So check it out, y'all. Allow us to introduce ourselves. We are the Griot Trio of podcasting, bringing it with spectacular vernacular straight out of the DMV. Now, here's our panel of experts making this podcast thrice as nice. Starting with the mathematical whiz, baseball guru, fact checker, and payroll supervisor by day and night, known around here as a voice of reason, yours truly, Peter Dubs.
What it do? Let's get it, LA Dodgers.
Ooh, yeah, you picked it too. And what did you pick? The Houston Astros too, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn, I knew I shouldn't have gone with Tampa Bay, man. They let me down. They let me down, man. Anyway. You know, that's why he's the maestro when it comes to baseball. And now, representing the youth movement, a Broncos fan from Day Uno, a special guest, our man Guac. What up, Guac?
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Thank you. Yeah, man. How you doing? How y'all doing today, man?
Hey, A1SP fans are happy to have you here, and so are we. Our man has mad knowledge. For y'all youngsters out there and for y'all old heads out there who think y'all know sports, Guac got something for y'all.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Thank you. All right.
Yeah. And now the ish-talking ballaholic who grew up in an era when smoking on airplanes and in restaurants and everything else was allowed, so he ain't scared of none of y'all smoke. Definitely not your secondhand smoke either. A jack of all trades and master of many, yours truly, Uncle P, aka the banterer whisperer. I got love for y'all. Y'all know that. Hey, yes, like I said, you are now tuned into the 500-pound gorilla in the zone. What it do, fam? What it do? Y'all know what it is. It's A1SP with the red, white, and azul. We roll too tight, so you can't pull us. Facts. What's up, fam?
What's up? What's up?
What's up?
Hey, you know, we about to get into some controversial stuff over here. I was
Oh,
about to
yes.
drop my first S-bomb, but I held it back. You know what I'm saying? You saw that, right? But it's still gonna come anyway. All right. So like I said, we have a special first-time guest on this episode on this to Zoom. He is a knowledgeable sports fanatic and reps the Mile High team in the NFL, the Denver Broncos, my homie, Guac.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you
know, in the building.
Hey, I'm about to get into this
about
right
division.
here.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, hey, we gonna cover your division too. That's a little teaser I got.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm ready.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot is happening in your division.
Your division is the talk right now, man.
It's the talk of the town.
My division is the youth movement over here.
That's right.
That's right,
man.
We are here getting it done. I'm just
saying,
I'm happy to be here.
They got quarterbacks galore, all that stuff. All right. But check this out. The word of this episode is embellish. Y'all know what that means. The meaning is to make more interesting or entertaining by adding extra details, especially ones that are not true. Okay, so hey, check this out, y'all. I have a new nickname for Jalen Hurts. Do y'all want to hear it?
Yes.
We don't want to hear, but he ain't here.
We don't want to hear.
His name is CT.
Uh-oh.
Chocolate Tebow. Hey! It's gonna stick. Watch. It's gonna stick, man. Chocolate Tebow. That's a
good one. That's a good one.
He's not winning games like Tebow back then, though, man.
Yeah. Tebow used to do his thing for y'all, man.
He used to do, man. It's true. That fourth quarter, man, something special every single time.
That's right.
And that's what this dude is doing. He gonna wait to the fourth quarter before he starts turning loose, running. I think it's a problem with the coaching, if you really ask me, because Jalen can get it done. It's just he's not, calling the game based on his strengths. If he calls the game based on my man's strengths, all of a sudden now you got my man running earlier. You know what I'm saying? Just turn him loose like you do Kyler Mighty Mouse.
Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson. You see all of these scrambling quarterbacks, and what do they all have? A good coach, a good ecosystem around them, good quality players around them to help complement their game. And they're just not honestly utilizing him the right way.
Not at all.
This is his first season starting officially, and I mean it's just going to be a little hiccups and bumps on the road. It doesn't mean that you should count them out, but I mean you just gotta keep playing. Right. All it is trial and just error at the end of the day.
And I realized that this is only his
10th game,
7th game, maybe.
Fifth game.
Well, I mean, this year, but last year he played I think he started 2 games, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right. So this is pretty much he hasn't even played a rookie season yet, so he's still working out the kinks. But when you're, how would I say, head coach is talking about rock paper scissors, all that crazy stuff, just like the guy up in, we watched, the what is it? Press conference that my man had, Dan Campbell, when he talking about lighting off. Whenever they start talking crazy like that, you lose me.
Light him in the kneecap.
You know what I'm saying? That's why he's 0-4 or 0-5 about to be, or 0-6, and my man Sirianni is 2-4. I smell trouble, but you know what? They ain't gonna fire him because it's his first year, and they're gonna give him at least another year to work things out. But if he doesn't get that running game going, it's gonna be very short-lived. You can't be one-dimensional. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. What we got here? What we got? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm working on my new lyrics for "Hurts No Good." Hurts no good. Come on, baby, make it hurt no good. I'll be going on them. I'll be talking about it's tragic. Fitztragic is gone though. He ain't coming back this year.
He's not.
He ain't coming back.
Come in my face, you keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Yeah, we gonna keep it moving. Guess what is up first? the most controversial topic of the NFL season, I would say, next to my man, well, because he hasn't even played the season. It was off season for my man, Mr. Watson. But during in season, a guy from your division, Guac, coach or ex-coach John Gruden, is he no longer employable for coaching? And that's on any level, anywhere?
I mean, he can get a high school gig if he wanted to. I mean, but even still then, no, it's just as of right now, it's too much controversy around it. I don't think
in South Dakota, maybe. He ain't gonna be coaching with his brothers. I know
somewhere
that.
In East-West Bubba, somewhere out the blue, as of right now in the spotlight, no, it's not. Unfortunately, like over the past couple of years, last year especially, NFL has tried to put this statement of just like ending racism. And so in order just to find out years like later, some just racial comments, misogynistic comments, it's just not what is present day acceptable. It never was acceptable to slander or slur anybody.
Right.
And so,
but this cancel culture is definitely not now.
Yeah. No, especially now. It happened so like, a couple of years ago, regardless or not, it's not right at all. Right. And it's just something that just should be taken seriously, especially now. It's just, there's just no room for any of those insensitive comments, remarks, especially to like another human being. He had referred to, I believe, the Washington's GM at the time.
Bruce Allen.
Just like, exact comments like that. No, when you all should be on a peer-to-peer level, why would you make any type of insensitive?
I'll tell you why he made one to this particular guy, and we covered that last week, which is George Allen played college football at University of Virginia, right?
Bruce Allen.
I'm sorry, Bruce Allen. And a lot of his teammates, black teammates, said that he used to drop the N-bomb all the time, like it was nothing. And looking at the era, Dubs and I, we're up there with that age group, and we know that a lot of these guys, that's the type of language they were using. But he thought that conversation was just between the two of them, and they didn't expect for it to get out because it was in the form of an email. They would never. But this is not just to them. This is around the league. There's a lot of coaches who think like this. There's a lot of people, period, in the world or in America who think like this, and they just think that that's just what it is. It's okay to be racist, misogynistic, homophobic, all these different things, and just run with it. And until they get caught, like no one's really sorry until they get caught.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm looking at like, they would never come out in public and say something like that, because you
can't.
Nassib is the only openly gay player in the NFL, and he played for it.
Yeah.
Hey, everything that goes on behind closed doors is okay until some organization falls under some investigation.
Yep.
And
once
then
it gets out, but I want all the other emails to come out.
650,000 emails.
That's a lot of reading to do.
650,000. Come on, man.
Regardless of this situation, I personally do not believe that Gruden should have even been a head coach and even gotten a 10-year deal in general. Because honestly, in that Super Bowl with the Bucs, that was Tony Dungy's team. He had put in all that work. So it's just like, and then like he has like a even record of winning losses, and he just like breaking it. I think he has like 2 or 3 more losses than like he does wins over there. It just doesn't equate.
It's the hype about Chucky. It's the hype about that
Chucky,
look on his face.
It's just bringing him back to the Raiders and because that 10-year deal was ridiculously insane.
It was crazy. It was. He doesn't have Patrick Mahomes coaching. Arsenal. No. He just wasn't worth that big of a deal. That long of investment, because in 10 years, you're gonna have a personnel leave in and out. But in 10 years, your coach is going to be the same. He isn't Bill Belichick. He hasn't won X amount of rings. He hasn't shown that type of knowledge, commitment.
He was a quarterback, whatever, on ESPN something. He was, he had his quarterback school or whatever.
Yeah.
And
quarterback.
But
how many times do you have to hear Spider 2Y Banana before it gets old?
You know,
Oh man.
but
The answer to that is once.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But it tells me a lot more about Al Davis, or what's his son's name?
Oh,
whatever Davis.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it
Bad
tells me
hair.
Mark Davis, I think.
Bad hairdo Davis.
So yeah, it tells me a lot about Bear Hairdo Davis and the Glazer family. Because
Yeah.
the Glazer family, you got to realize this guy, Tony Dungy, was there building that team, built that team.
Yeah.
And then you're going to fire him to bring in Chucky. I don't even call his real name on the show. John Gruden, whatever. You bring him in, and he just basically, it's like he rides the coattail of his, team building to win a Super Bowl. And to show you that how bad he was after that, they just declined slowly but surely. Forget all that. Oh, after you win a Super Bowl, everybody raids your whatever, depletes your talent or whatever. No, because Tony Dungy left there and went to Indianapolis and build another Super Bowl winning team.
That's right. That's right.
So dude, it's sad enough to say, but it's a Mark Jackson situation in basketball, what he did with Golden State. He built Golden State Warriors. You bring in, and it's the good old boy network. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just what's been going on. You know, how come we've never had a black head coach in Dallas? I know why. Because Jerry ain't having that. We're hiring Mark McCarthy, who hasn't done
black quarterback. We can have a black quarterback.
We don't even need you, Mike McCarthy.
Receivers, running back.
We don't even need him because you have Kellen Moore calling the plays on offense, and then you got Dan Quinn calling the defense. What do you? Your game manager? No, because you don't even have clock management on lock. You messing that up. So yeah, it's just a good old boy network. It's just who we deem that we feel is the best hire, inner circle that we can give shine to, because a lot more people deserve that job over with the Raiders than Chucky did.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna miss him. I didn't miss him when he was gone, when he left Tampa Bay. I'm definitely not gonna miss him now. But somehow Keyshawn knew all along that he wasn't one of the good guys. You know what I mean? Like one of the good guys, who behind closed door, he ain't dropping N-bombs. He ain't talking about my man's lips look like Michelin tires and all that shit. What the fuck does that come from?
And look, and all his former African-American players knew. Keyshawn knew, Booger McFarland knew, Warwick Dunn knew, Eric Brooks knew.
Now it's coming out.
Yeah, now it's coming out.
But they weren't piling on at the time. I mean, or now I guess they're piling on, but at the time they weren't coming out because they're probably just trying to save his ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he can get another, because they're like, hey, you want to continue working, at ESPN, don't say nothing because they all work together.
Exactly.
But somebody has to break that thing up. And look, all these firings and stuff, that's not going to change it. What's going to actually have to change is the mindset of ignoramuses out there who think that they're better than someone just based on the color of their skin or the shade of their skin or their sexual orientation. Once we get over that, I guess that'll take your generation to come in to change that, because I can tell you now, those dudes our age and older, they're set in their ways. And we have this saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So bow wow. Yeah. All right, y'all. We're going to keep it moving. Next one at hand. Urban Meyer being caught on camera chair dancing with a young woman in Ohio. You know how you used to chair dance? You're too cool to cut a rug. You know what I'm saying? You're just in the chair. Come on, lean back on me, baby. But one problem you have with that is that you're married. You're a head coach of a football organization in the NFL that are professionals, and they're looking to you for leadership. So I'm gonna throw that to you, Guac. Do you think Urban Meyer will make it through the season? And if he does make it through the season with a horrible record, how short will that leash be next year?
I give him this year, next year tops. I don't see this going anywhere past that, especially if there is no turnaround. This year, you already know. You drafted a Trevor Lawrence, Urban Meyer. You're thinking that's going to be a perfect combo over there. They also drafted a running back. I believe he is injured now too. So
yeah,
I mean,
he was Trevor Lawrence running back in college. Yeah.
So,
Etienne.
So I believe that they're just going to try to make it through this year. If they do lose out again, they still have a good pick. You know what I mean? So like they won't be in the whole playoff run or just like close enough where they get one of those like mid first round picks.
They'll be able to build their team. Yeah,
exactly. They could be able to either utilize it or try to combine it in a trade situation to get exactly what they need. Now with that whole situation, I find it unacceptable. You are a leader of a football team, of a NFL, National Football League, not no high school, collegiate. This is the NFL. This is the big boy league. All right. I mean, you already touched it. Married. It's just a wrong example that you want to set, especially for your quarterback who just got out of college. He is supposed to be that leader on that team. He sees that you yourself are going to be out there partying, dancing up with the girl.
You want to hear something funny? Trevor Lawrence wanted to take him and some friends to Las Vegas to go party for his birthday, and Urban Meyers advised him not to and gave him all this advice, right? But Urban Meyers' mind is still in a college setting. He's never been in the pros. So I believe that, that's what's going on with that.
Yeah, it's just not a good look at all. And it doesn't prove to me that you can be a sustainable leader, a sustainable coach in the NFL of today at all. It just doesn't. You're losing games, all right? You're not winning nothing. Why are you going out doing this? You have a family. I mean, at the end of the day, you're just making so many wrong decisions.
Didn't fly back with his team after a loss.
Exactly. So
and they're winless,
to see the grandkids.
Is that your granddaughter?
I to see the grandkids.
Is that your granddaughter grinding up on you? Yeah, whatever.
No, it's not. So yeah, I would give it to probably, if you make it through this year, probably closer to week 6 or 7 next year, if they're not winning games. If not, I blow the whole thing up, honestly. I wouldn't even waste any more time with the guy. Move on to somebody who has way more leadership skills, dedicated in order to actually make Trevor Lawrence a franchise QB, because that's why you drafted him first overall.
Even though I don't like it, but if I was the Khan family or the general manager of that organization, I would throw the vault at my man Kellen Moore to get him over there with Trevor Lawrence and have him run that offense. And believe me, I know Dak is my man and everything, but Trevor Lawrence is pretty good. I know. You put him with a good head coach in the NFL who knows what he's doing, and that offense is gonna explode. Yeah.
Well, you see with Baker, you see with Cal Murray. Once they have a good coach around them, you know what I mean? It everything opens up. Like you get to see the true potential, and you get to actually utilize that potential. Yeah. Otherwise, you're just wasting prime development years on a quarterback who you spent a first draft pick overall on. So it's just unacceptable. I'm sorry. It's just
Yeah, Dubs.
Yeah, man, I don't see him lasting. I firmly believe that he will be done before the end of this season. And because look, the losing is going to continue because they're young, and so the losing, the reason is going to be the losing, but deep down it's the losing. It's your cheating ways, your bad decisions.
Right.
And look at what he's done since he came to the Jaguars. He brought in a coach that had misogynistic racial emails in the past.
That's right. That's right. He came
in
with some
there's a big to-do about that, and they ended up letting him go. He also covered up one of his assistant coaches' bad doings when he was at Ohio State. There was a big to-do with that. And now here he is with this situation. And on top of that, your team is losing.
Yeah. We accept all the flaws if you're winning. But if you're losing and stinking it up, come on, bro.
Look,
that's right.
Look, we just named so many cons. There's not a lot of pros in that column. So
and we even named another con, the owners. And They suck. They have no idea what they're doing as far as running. Look, they were, I think, in the NFC Championship game. How many years ago? In 2017, right?
17, yes.
Yeah.
4 years later, they're at the bottom. So that tells you right there. They traded away all their pieces.
All their
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're horrible.
We'll force them with their way out.
They're horrible.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, so be gone. All right, man. So the only problem I have with Urban is that, you know, you need to win games and just set a better example for the young, because a lot of these guys are still kind of young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not your wife. I'm not your kids. You don't owe me an apology. If that's how you want to live your life, bro, go ahead and live your. The only advice I give to you is just get a divorce. You know what I'm saying? And you can do. If he was a single dude doing that, nobody would have said anything.
Nobody would care.
Like, he's a player coach. That's all. He's that player. That's all. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna move past that. And something that's been really burning. It's just like a inferno inside of me for, you know, quite some time. But, you know, it's a topic now that I have to bring to the forefront on the 500-pound gorilla in the Zoom, because that's what we do. We talk about controversial topics and pressing topics. Head coaches going for the early 2-point conversions. What's up with that? Now you're chasing points for the rest of the game. Dubs, man, what you got to say?
Kickers suck. That's what I got to say to that. And this year, kickers are missing extra points at an alarming rate, much higher than in the last 2 or 3 years. So, I get it, man. I you know, if you don't have true enough faith in your kicker, then I mean, if you go for it and get it, great. But it is way too early to do it, though. So. I mean, what are you going to do? Trot your punter out there to try to kick an extra point?
They've tried that too.
They've tried that.
I'm thinking to myself, if you're kicking field goals, you know, unless the NFL is just going to do away with field goal kicking and then, you know, just, you know, go for extra points or whatever, or find some other means to it. Yeah, but that's a skill position on special teams. Practice how to kick. That's all I'm saying. You know, what's the difference between, how long was it before? 20, they were kicking from the 25 before for extra point? Or, no.
Oh,
was it the 15?
I think it's 15, yes.
I think
okay, so now
25.
Now it's a 25. So now it becomes a 35-yarder?
Yeah.
Dog. If you can't hit a 35, there's high school kids who can hit 35-yarders. If you are a grown-ass man who's been playing this game for a while, and now you don't have to study, go to classes. You don't have to get a part-time job and all that. All you have to do is practice kicking fucking field goals. Dog, you should not be that bad. You should be able to put them through the uprights. So, you know, that's just excuses. You know, we always like to nowadays make excuses for these people who are making millions of dollars. Like Dak Prescott, build some stuff in your backyard with the millions of dollars that they pay you. My man Dubs for a living, right? He works for a what is it? Explain.
A tire recycling company.
Right. So all that stuff you see on the NFL fields or fields everywhere, that rubber or whatever that they put
when they
outside
put drags and it pops up.
Right.
That's the company.
Right. So I was watching this thing with Dak Prescott where they showed him building his football field, his 50-yard football field in his backyard. And they put all that stuff down. Well, if I'm a kicker, guess what? I'm building the same thing.
That's right.
And practicing, get a holder, you know, get your kid or whatever, get someone out there to hike the ball, you know, during your downtime and kick fucking field goals. And ain't that it's anyway, you know, shout out to my man Mark Mosley, man. What are you, 25 for 26 is the record?
Right. That's right. He was an MVP that year. We won
for the NFL. Washington used to be Redskins at that time, field goal kicker. And I think he used to kick it straight on, right? He didn't come
straight on,
soccer
right?
style.
No soccer
straight
style.
on. And see, that's what the problem is. Most of these guys, they want to kick it soccer style, but they should be practicing kicking it straight on, because it's just like shooting a free throw. If I'm shooting like this,
that's right.
I'm shooting from the middle rather than shooting from the side. You know, my chances increase. That's how I see it. So, you know, start doing that and towing it, whatever you need to do. Right. Guac, what you got to say, man?
I mean, you guys said it all over there. I mean, I believe that the kicker position, special teams, is very undervalued, especially nowadays. All these high flashy, moves and stuff's going on in the league overall. But some good fundamental kicking can definitely look. Look, I seen Tim Tebow do some amazing things, but if it wasn't for Matt Prater, he wouldn't have won any of those games, honestly, in retrospect, because he came in the clutch when we needed it, and he did his thing. So like, I wouldn't waste any extra time trying to have my offense out there, trying to go for an additional 2 points when I can just go get one, keep it moving, because then you sort of kind of get your team a little bit, out there just for one more play when they could be resting, and now they're second guessing themselves, like, oh, if I do, like, it's just getting to their head. Maybe just send out a kicker, get it in there, get it going, let them rest, keep it moving. Your quarterback can watch film, keep on going, and just continue along with the game. I mean, early on, it doesn't really make any sense unless you're in this Madden mindset where it's just like, all right, I'm just gonna go. You know what I mean? And as much realistic as Madden may be, it's still a simulation at the end of the day. And I would feel more comfortable kicking the ball just to keep going in the fourth quarter, in the third quarter, if I'm like close and I just want to risk it just to get some motivation. If I'm only down by like 2 points or something, then I'll probably go for it. But in retrospect, it's just like, why waste that energy? Why waste that play?
You're
when
chasing
you can just
those
kick
2
it,
points
get
for the
another
rest
point.
of the game.
Exactly, because then let's say if you're down, you only need a field goal to win the game. Well, if you would have went for 2, down by 4, and then you still gotta get on the field, and it's just not good time management. It's just not good, early on. It's just, unless you just want to risk it, then I guess go for it. But other than that,
bad kicking. I'll borrow this from Allen Iverson. We talking about practice? Not a game. Practice. Yeah, practice that shit. Because Zerline, guess what, Zerline? If you were practicing, we'd be 5-0. Yeah, think about it. He missed extra points and field goals during that game. So while everyone's Tom Brady and them are the best team in football, no, they're not. And that first go around, we didn't run the ball. Anyway, I don't want to get off topic too much, but
Did you see that Green Bay Cincinnati game last weekend?
Yeah.
They missed 5 field goals, 5 straight field goals before the final one was made in overtime.
Mason Crosby,
which wasn't aired on TV,
out.
by the
way. Right. That's crazy. No, actually, I saw that game.
Yeah.
Green Bay, they showed that here. That's why when Chris asked, did y'all see
I didn't see it.
What's his name? I was like, nah, I was watching.
Yeah. And look, I have DirecTV NFL Sunday ticket, and they went to another game.
Oh wow.
So it went to overtime, and next thing you know, the screen went blank, and when you came back, it was on to the next game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So I have 2 TVs in my room. I got one game on one and the other one on the other, and then I just be flipping through trying to see what's what.
Mm-hmm. Spoken like a true ballaholic.
Yeah. Well, I gotta watch my Broncos, man. No matter what, I'm watching them, but I'm watching whatever's on CBS or like Fox on that day. And I'm just like, oh, okay,
Right. Yeah.
But I gotta watch.
Yeah, when you're out of market,
Broncos.
Man, it's tough, man.
I know.
Catch those games as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all. All right, y'all. So look, man, listen to this real quick.
I feel, when you're losing somebody like Kyrie Irving, it's hard to, on the fly, just figure out where you're going to get that production from. So I think over time, we're going to start to figure out which guy is going to step up and play and fill that void of, those minutes, those shots, those opportunities. I think we'll do it as a collective. But as far as leadership in the locker room and James being vocal, everybody has good dialogue. Steve is, the main voice. Coaches do a great job. So I think we all are in conversation about what we need to do and how we feel about the game. So I feel like everybody will help in that area as far as leadership. definitely want Kyrie to be around. I wish none of this stuff would happen, but this is the situation that we're in. And Kyrie made his decision on what he wanted to do. He chose to do what he wanted to do, and the team did the same. This is for me to just focus on me and do my job, and let those two parties handle that situation. So, I want our whole team together. I want us to be at full strength, but sometimes it don't work out that way. But I'm still positive that things will work out the best for both parties.
What does Kyrie Irving sound like right there? I mean,
the beard.
KD, what does KD sound like right there? Does he sound like he's given up on Kyrie, or he's salty with Kyrie, or is this a situation where, what can we do? I mean, I have here Kyrie Irving and his vaccine situation. Do you think he will cave in to the besieged mounting pressure? Guac, what do you think, man?
Well, one, I believe that KD is in the mindset of he is that leader of that team. When Kyrie signed with the Nets, as soon as KD went there, I saw that we talked about. Yeah. And he has the opportunity. He has to I'm sorry. He has to get this team focused. All right. Kyrie situation is going on. He needs to get this team and be like, you know what, with the group of guys here who are dedicated, we got to get this thing on the ball. As much as we would love to have Kyrie here, it doesn't make any more sense of just feeding into this when we are trying to win a championship, because this year is the year for them to win a championship. You see the Lakers, championship mentality, the Bucks, championship mentality, championship mentality, the Suns, championship mentality. All of these teams are focused on the big, on the finals. And if Kyrie is not mentally there, and I understand everybody's vaccination, preference is up to them. What you do with your body, it is your choice. But when we're talking about business, right? When we're talking about a job, you get paid to play basketball, to shoot the hoop, play defense, play the game of basketball in the NBA. All right. If you don't want to do that, as many times as he said that if he gets traded, I will retire. If you want to, go ahead. I think he only has 1 year left on his contract anyway, right? Yeah. Up until he can't resign. So it's just really, the Nets can't really do anything, they can't really play the long ball here. They try to trade him. It's just not just this situation, regardless of what he is going to do. Nobody wants to have a part-time NBA player. All right. This isn't like back in the day when you have like Bo Jackson playing baseball, football, you can't do that.
You need chemistry.
You gotta
chemistry is very important.
Yeah, exactly. Team chemistry. Especially when literally their big three only played at like how many games together?
Just a handful last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Because someone was injured.
7,
all three of them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, this is just too much of a distraction. And at the end of the day, KD has to get this team in that championship mentality. Everybody else is literally suiting up, getting ready for this season. And if you're not with that, then I'm sorry. Regardless of how you feel on the vaccine, I respect it. I do, but don't be a distraction to a team. Don't, and don't try to, half it and try to get some wiggle room
and bring up other situations to make it fit the situation. I hope you listen to that, Bradley, because we're going to need you to get that vaccination if we want to at least make the playoffs, okay? That's what I'm talking about, because we can't have you there for just part of the season. That's not going to work. Other teams can do that where they have 2 superstars. When we only have 1.5 or 1 3/4, we really need you. So, yeah. Dubs, what you think, man?
Yeah, man. I'm torn on this one, man, because, while I respect Kyrie and how he feels, having played the sport of football,
right?
We are a team, man.
Yeah, it's the ultimate team sport.
It's the ultimate team sport, and so it's all for one and one for all, and so we're trying to win a championship. And we have a good opportunity to do it. So why jeopardize that?
Why?
Why?
Wow.
And we talked we talked about it earlier, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
You can get 1,000,001 tattoos on your body, but you can't get a goddamn shot.
Or like Chris B said, one thing NBA players should not be afraid of are shots.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So I understand his personal choice, but I mean, and tattoos are a personal choice. I get it.
True. That's true.
But still, I mean, come on, man. And you're messing up with your paper, man.
Yeah, 33 million for the year.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, and let's be honest, they're overpaid anyway. 33 million for 1 year. It's over.
Yeah,
They're overpaid.
I mean, but you can't tell them that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because
If somebody's willing to pay it to you, you'll take it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the taking. I mean,
right.
I might not have it like I used to, but put me in a chair in the corner on the baseline, you know what I'm saying? And I'll try to stroke it,
That's right.
I only want 1 million, give me $500,000. So yeah, I mean, that's crazy, man.
I mean, I hope at some point they can put an end to it and he can get back into the fold, because that team is talented and loaded, and I really want to see them go head to head against the Lakers.
Yeah. True. I want to see every team at their full capacity. Because the NBA is built on superstars, all-stars, it's built on those faces, and there's not a lot of good premium talent out there in the league. Kyrie's handles, Kyrie's abilities on the court, that's what net fans are signing up for, to see a big three: James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. And you are giving the fans not exactly what they want, but I mean, at the end of the day, I have to respect your decision. Do I like
his
it?
Decision,
overall,
his body.
I just want to see good basketball. All right, I just want to see Kyrie out there playing with his team. Trying to get a ring.
Another ring for himself.
Yeah,
and get James Harden his first ring.
Yeah, how this all ends.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Beal traded for Kyrie Irving.
Because Bradley's not taking it either.
I know, but he will take it if he's going to a team with championship aspirations.
That's true. See right there,
you got a point.
Do that, Bradley Beal gonna be like, play with KD, James Harden. I mean, if you
buy Rui Hachimura.
give me 3 Johnson & Johnsons. I'll take 3 Johnson & Johnsons.
Look, thanks for being drafted, Corey Kispert, but bye-bye for now.
I'll go on record and say that if Kyrie doesn't join the team, they don't win the championship this year.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. I mean, you might go to the finals, but if you go up against a team that is solid, as far as their big three, it could be, the Phoenix Suns, a year now of experience of what it takes to actually win a, championship when they get to the playoffs. I mean, when they get to the championship round. Or the Lakers, who basically are going to be throwing their bodies on the floor just to get Carmelo a championship. All those who never got one, who ran out there, who are, I'd say, ring fishing or whatever. They're going to be doing whatever it takes, spilling blood, losing teeth on the hardwood to just get that. So, if they don't get Kyrie, I'm sorry. You can try to mix match and all that, but James Harden is not money in the playoffs.
No.
Exactly.
That's why a Beal trade sounds perfect.
Yeah, not for me though, man, because what I'm saying?
I don't want to see it, but
I don't want to see it, Bradley. I bought your jersey for a reason, Bradley, because I figured you're going to be around. You're going to be one of the different type of dudes who's going to stick with his team that drafted him, play all the way through like Kobe, and finally win that championship. Giannis could have bounced. Giannis didn't bounce.
Yeah.
So injuries here, injuries there. The next thing you know, Hachimura might come in averaging 25 a game this year. His game might have just, changed during the off season, after the Olympics or whatever. And now he's that dude. But, hey.
0-3 in the preseason.
Stay put. He didn't play in preseason. Yeah, and
No,
neither did
the
Dan
Wizards are
Marino.
0-3 in preseason.
Oh yeah, but my Cowboys were 0-4, whatever.
That's true.
Preseason doesn't matter. It's
Hey,
just
the Lakers,
kinda
the Lakers haven't won a
0-6.
preseason game.
Exactly.
0-6, yeah.
Well, Russ said preseason don't matter. So I mean,
It
what
doesn't
they do in practice?
matter.
Hey,
That's right.
All right, y'all. Check this out. All right. All right. This is for you, Guac. Do you think that your Broncos have a shot at sweeping the Chiefs this year?
Ooh.
Hold on,
Nice
let me switch this back to my Broncos mode real quick. All right. I'm back. We just talking about basketball, so I had to.
Yeah, I got you.
The hat on. All right.
Yeah.
Look. No.
You don't think so?
My homeboys. I love my team to death. I'm a ride or die Broncos fan, but at the end of the day, I'm an NFL fan at the true heart and core. I'm not going to give you any type of BS, sugarcoat Broncos. We're going to do.
You're a realist, right?
Yeah. Honestly, this year I see us having 1-1. We probably win like once. The Chiefs this year. I don't know what is going on with them this year, honestly.
They have no defense.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And when you ain't got no D.
That is true.
That puts more pressure on your offense to score every time. And that's what's happening. And that's why he's throwing picks, all the other stuff that he wasn't doing before.
Yeah.
And he's trying. And it's like he's trying to do. He's playing hero ball. He's playing hero ball.
Yeah.
He's trying to do too much. And it's not paying off for him.
It's not paying. I love my division because there's so much talent in there overall. And I love to see this guy, Justin Herbert, truly show and display what he can do. As much as I don't like to see another team in my division succeed, I do like to see youth development and growth. And I see that they can really go far in the playoffs. They're not going to win the whole thing, but at the end of the day, they're playing good ball. They're playing good team football overall.
I'll tell you what.
I like that.
Look up YouTube this guy, Dan Marino.
Dan Marino,
because
I do know who Dan Marino.
Right. Okay. So
the Dolphins.
Herbert is the modern day Dan Marino.
Modern day Dan Marino.
Because Dan Marino could not run. He could not run. He's just sitting in the pocket. But nowadays, quarterback, you have to at least be able to run and be somewhat athletic. But that arm, the accuracy, the strength, and everything, that's Dan Marino.
Release.
So, with him, Mahomes, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. If Drew Lock, you see, y'all got Fangio. Fangio is a defensive guy. If you guys had a offensive coordinator like Kellen Moore, keep going back to Kellen Moore. But if you had an offensive coordinator like Kellen Moore, I mean, trust me, Drew Lock would be a lot better than what he is.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you're playing. Yeah. Who's your offensive coordinator? Is it
I don't even know, honestly.
Yeah, it's damn.
Let me see.
I'm thinking it's Kubiak's son or something like that. In my mind, I'm just
I think that is it.
Oh, it might be. Yeah, I think you're right.
I think he passed it on to him. So they're like a mainstay. It's probably a friend of a friend. John Elway's like,
we have Pat Schumer.
Schumer.
The
New York.
One of the midgets.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So there you go.
Yeah.
You might as well have the red clap, if you're gonna be doing that. The red clap on this show is Jason Garrett, our former Cowboys head coach, who held us back all these years. And now that he's gone, you can see the progress that we've made, So me personally, I think y'all can do it. I think y'all can sweep them. Not only do I think y'all can sweep them, but I think the Chargers can sweep them. And
the Raiders.
I don't know about the Raiders. They got too many issues. Right now, they're dealing with too much turmoil. Right now, I think they've probably given up on their season, don't you?
And Raiders running back is not healthy.
Jacobs, right? Yeah.
Jacobs is not healthy.
Look, man.
Eckler's playing out of.
They feel like giving up. That's cool because we play on Sunday. So I mean,
I know. So this is going to be the tale of the tape. If you guys beat the Raiders, their season is starting to spiral out of control because you won 3, now you lost 3, you lost your coach, you got controversy, too many distractions. It's a one-way ticket to the basement.
Either or, We need to win too, because man, after last week, I thought that we were going.
It's Teddy B. Teddy B was trying to come back too early from that concussion. He wasn't right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But I don't trust Drew Lock at all. After seeing him like
we don't either. We said he's not a lock.
I don't. No, he's not true, man. I needed him to. I was glad when we did get Teddy, because I believe that he is a good quarterback. Given the situation, we have good receivers, and our run game is at least decently solid. As long as our defense is there to carry us, because that is what we are going to be looking for, is our defense stepping up, and then our offense going in and just at least being adequate. We got guys that can catch the ball, run the ball. All we need is just to be more.
You guys got efficient. Ruggs? Is it Ruggs? No, Ruggs is with you guys have another Alabama.
No, we got Sutton.
Right.
And our other guy, he just got what's his name?
He got injured.
It's escaping my mind right now.
I know.
Jerry Judy.
Right.
Yeah.
But you guys, I think, should probably make a play for Mr. Watson, Deshaun Watson. Put a package plan together. Drew Lock, what's his name? Ship him out and bring him in, because I tell you what, if you bring that guy over to your team, now you're serious about winning.
Now this is what I want personally, because I know how like Aaron Rodgers contract.
Okay, yeah,
I'd rather have Aaron Rodgers.
Personally. Yeah, definitely.
Personally, because we got Aaron Rodgers, proven that leader. I mean, you could just see how, like, Peyton Manning back then took to the Super Bowl with the Seahawks that year. I'm not going to bring up 2015 because he really didn't do nothing for us. That 2015 defense was phenomenal that year. But if he can at least have a close enough season to how Peyton had that year when we went to the Super Bowl, our defense is at least close enough to that we should be able to make a nice run for our money if we had the opportunity to get Aaron Rodgers, I feel like.
But you know why Aaron Rodgers won't go there? Because he doesn't want to face all that youth movement.
That is true.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to face. He wants to be like Brady. Stick me in a crappy division where I have to face the Jets, the Dolphins. That's why on this show I always question his greatness. If I had to play the Jets, Dolphins, and the sorry Bills for so long, 6 times a year, I'm basically, I know I'm winning the division. I'm getting a first round bye every year.
That's true.
So if I'm looking at him, I'm like, okay, what division do I want to go to where I know I can shine? And I go to the Washington football team, but I don't know how he feels about the organization. He can go to what is it? Probably to play with Sean Payton. Or to Miami or something like that, where all he has to do is, because the Jets are going to still stink, the Patriots are still rebuilding. So he wants to go somewhere where he, on his way out the door, he doesn't have to put up that much of a fight. He has a decent, looking at the roster too, that will have something in it. But, okay, so I think there was a second part to that question, which is, and also, can they win the AFC West? Is there a possibility, a shot in the dark, that you guys can win the AFC West?
I'm gonna say,
be a homer.
I want to be, man.
Those Chargers are looking good.
Chargers looking good, but we second in the division right now. Honestly, I believe we do have a shot. Okay. As long as our like defense is keeping up good. And once this whole offense team gets a little bit more time at the other meshing, everybody understands everybody. I believe that if push comes to shove by the football gods out there, we could. If not, then I'm happy with the second, in our division, and I would cap it off as at least a successful season. So if push comes to shove, but Justin Herbert's looking too good right now. And I don't know, maybe other Chiefs could come out their rut. It's still kind of early in the season, but we did play a couple of sorry teams early on, honestly. And so these
a win is a win is a win.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, in the next couple of weeks, it would definitely tell because we play the Browns, we play y'all. So it's just, we just got to see what we do against these playoff caliber teams.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Well, like they say, on any given Sunday, anything can happen. So who do you have this week? Do you have your Broncos or do you have the Raiders?
I got us. I got us winning.
And I think we all picked the Broncos, right? In our
we did.
Or segment. Yeah. We don't believe in what's going on over there right now. There's too much turmoil and controversy. So this brings us to the end. All great things must come to an end. But we'll continue. We will be back next week. And we have to do, this is our first segment, I think, in a while for the 500-pound gorilla in the Zoom. So I hope you guys enjoy it with our new panelists, my man Guac, sharing his mad knowledge on sports. I love dudes who love sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A woman once told me, not that, I'm being that kind of way, but she said, a man who doesn't like sports lacks passion. Ooh. Ooh.
We're a collection of some passionate men.
That's for sure. That's for sure. So look, we have this segment or this little piece called For Pete's Sake. So for Pete's sake, right? Because, me and Dubs, our first name is Peter. If you are over the age of 40 and you are a grandma or pawpaw, please don't rock shredded or skinny jeans. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not a good look for you. Act your age, not your shoe size. I'm serious, y'all. For Pete's sake. I've been saying it. I'm like,
yes.
You about 60 years old, man. You can't be rocking skinny jeans.
Hey, you know what, Pete? If you don't mind, let me add another one to that for Pete's sake.
Please do.
Along the same lines, if you are above the age of 50,
right,
please stop dyeing your hair. I'm seeing these grandmothers. You got the gray roots, you got brown, and then purple and orange.
Oh
and
no!
All because
stop.
It's cute with the grandkids. No, it's not.
That's how they go down like that. Jeez, yeah, y'all gotta stop that, man. Hey, you got self-awareness is a big part of life. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You have to be self-aware of what you're doing and who you are. So definitely, let's give it up for our man Guac. Thank you, Guac, for joining us, man.
Yes. Thank you, man.
Awesome,
it was nice having me today, man. I love you.
Thank you,
man. You're welcome back anytime. Please, please join us. We
all right, let me know, man. I'm down, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great, awesome. Awesome. So check this out, y'all. Let's go, Cowboys! We're living dangerously going into Gillette this weekend.
That's
Make
right.
sure you shave that thing a little. You know what I'm saying? Let's get rid of Belichick and the rest of them, man. That's what
lots of the prognosticators are picking an upset, man.
I know it's a trapdoor game, but I don't see that. They're like, oh, now that you have a target on your back, man, we always got a target on our back. Once you get called America's team, you got a target on your back, and that's keeping it 100. All right, you have just listened to or viewed All in One Sports Podcast, aka A1SP, baby. Hey. Also, check out our other segments on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Major League Baseball with Peter Dubs, doubles and double plays. Chris B. Balling with the NBA, kicking it with Uncle Pete Soccer, Ida Orr, and of course, the 500-pound gorilla in the Zoom. So remember to apply some pressure to that subscribe button and do the same with that notification bell. And since you have been entertained and now F with us, share our content with family, friends, frenemies, foes, and even haters. And show us some love with likes for the red, white, and blue. Thanks for checking us out on the Zoom. Always keep it 100. And have a great day and an even better tomorrow. Let's bring it in, y'all. Let's bring it in. On 3, we out. 1, 2, 3. We out! And I just got one thing to say.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
They are.
There.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That was great, man.